What's up, everyone? Matt here with Down Once More. I just wanted to hop on at the beginning of this episode and wish everyone happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. What you're about to watch or listen to is our Christmas Spectacular episode. So, what that is it's split into two parts. Basically, I held up four fingers, but two parts. The first, Raley and I are reviewing the Netflix original movie, The Merry Gentleman. So, you're not going to want to miss that. Bit of a disclaimer, we had been dealing with technical difficulties for about an hour and a half to 2 hours before recording actually started. So it was then midnight for me, 1 a.m. for Raley, and a few drinks had been had. So a little bit of a disclaimer for that episode, but it was a lot of fun. Think you're going to like it. Then, to close out the year, it wouldn't be right without Brad joining the pod. He stepped in, did a lot of episodes this year, and Brad and I go through and create our list of what we think, for us, are the best Christmas movies. And I think what we came up with is one of the worst best Christmas movie lists ever. But also a lot of fun. A little combative, but in the best ways, most entertaining ways. So hope you all enjoy. We're going to get into it now. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. Make sure to tune into our New Year's episode. And hopefully we have a great 2025 with all of y'all. As always, time codes are down below. So if you're looking for something specific, feel free to skip there. But hope you enjoy. Thank you for all the time. Let's get into it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Down Once More with Matt and Raley. And as you can tell, this is our Christmas episode. Mm-hmm. Merry Christmas, Matt.
Merry
How you doing?
Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
All the fun shit. We welcome everyone.
Sorry, Internet. Please do not cancel us because I said Merry Christmas. Please.
It's okay. You can cancel Raley. Just don't cancel me. Let it be noted, I did say happy holidays. Don't cancel Raley.
Okay, we are half canceled.
Otherwise, this is a white male podcast, which is, there's too much of that shit. We need a white female, some diversity. But
definitely, we're really diverse.
True.
Super diverse.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we are back, and it is Christmas. And I'm really excited because Matt had the brilliant idea for what movie we should review for our Christmas episode. I was all like, maybe we should do Christmas Carol or like compare the different Christmas Carol versions. And Matt was like, nah, I have the perfect movie. And I did not believe that it was a perfect movie, but I now believe it was the perfect movie. This movie that we're reviewing is called The Merry Gentleman on Netflix. You were going to say?
I was going to say it is a Netflix original. It was billed as a musical. Get this out of the way. This is not a musical in any way.
No, you
whatsoever.
Stop right now.
But
time out. We're not getting into it yet. Okay,
we will get into this.
You get to say all your things.
But like,
you get to say your things.
A tag is musical.
But first,
that was one of the reasons I chose it. I'm like, this is like Magic Mike meets Hallmark Christmas movie. And originally,
we were duped.
It was billed as being rated TV-14. This is just straight up PG, and it is. I have qualms.
Just hold it in for a moment. Keep it inside for a moment because we're gonna get into that. Okay, I just can wait. Hold it in because I need to tell our lovely listeners / viewers what we're talking about. Okay, so if you haven't seen this, immediately run to your Netflix source, which is a TV, I guess,
or a phone, or a laptop,
or
Don't
a laptop.
Discriminate.
You're right.
Anything.
You're right.
Anything can be a Netflix source.
This is so obscurely hidden on Netflix that I actually had to use the search function to find it. Like, amidst all of the Christmas movies that are constantly bombarding me when I turn on Netflix, this one did not show up. I had to, and I typed it in, and it didn't even come up until I got to MERR. And then it was like, oh, you're talking about this movie. Okay, fine. So The Merry Gentleman, I'm going to give you a little, I'm going to give you the synopsis that they give on Netflix. The intro, like the description that they provide on Netflix, which is just...
Synopsis also did work. You didn't need to clarify synopsis with description, but
no, because
You do you.
No,
You do you.
because
You do you.
I want to specify this is the one that Netflix gives, not just a synopsis that you find on the internet. I want to give you the one that Netflix has, okay?
Okay.
Because it's, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But first, ladies and gentlemen, the merry gentlemen, if you look for it on Netflix, this is the description you will find. Booted from Broadway before Christmas, a dancer spices up her family's small town nightclub by turning a crew of local guys into a sizzling dance troupe. I have
Good.
so many things to say.
So many thoughts.
So many things. Okay, but first, before we get into this, I need to hear, Matt, without telling me your thoughts on the movie at all, because we're going to get to that.
We will.
Hold it in. First, tell me, how do you know about this movie?
So,
how did you come across it?
I came across this movie.
Why do you know it?
I know about this movie because of this podcast. When I try to do my what's coming to streaming each month, this was one of the ones that popped up on what was coming to Netflix in December. And Britt Robertson, I know from Things. I don't know what specifically, but I feel like I've seen her before in Things. Chad Michael Murray, I also know from Things. I think there was some
the
kind
90s.
Of, was it like Dawson's Creek? I don't know. He's in some kind of thing like that.
He just exists in the 90s. He is the 90s. So
that's how I came across
He and the 90s
this.
are synonymous.
I will say I did watch Hot Frosty the other day. I don't know if you watched that one.
Okay.
But
the trailer is too much for me.
Oh my god. But I gave a mini review of that on last week's episode because it has Dustin.
Damn it!
What?
I was gonna say. Okay, that was gonna be my idea for the solo episode that I was gonna record. That I'm gonna record.
You were gonna do a Christmas movie one for after Christmas. That was gonna be your idea.
No. But it was going to include that movie. My idea. That's all I'll say. I can still do my idea.
You can still do your idea.
You fucking took a big giant chunk out of it.
I gave you
a
specific thing you could do for your solo episode, and you're not allowed to.
Yeah, but I don't like to abide by their rules. No, I don't live by your rules.
As the producer of this, okay. I also, before we get more into this, I want to.
Oh my god, guys! He just threw out the as the producer of this podcast. Guys, he just threw that at me.
I did. I kept this podcast running. I need to add a disclaimer, guys. It is midnight for me. It is 1 a.m. for Raley. I am 2 9.5% beers deep and 1 7.5% beers deep. And my alarm for work goes off in 5 hours. So,
and I am 3/4 of the way through this giant rum and coke that I provided myself before we started talking, which was 2 hours ago.
And
so
that is true.
We're
due to technical difficulties and
tonight.
Just a lot of super fun. With that, we have actually been on this call for, Rayleigh's not kidding, close to 2 hours before we actually were able to get to recording. The other,
so we're well into our feelings of merry and good Christmas fun.
This is kipping up is a different thing. That's a wrestling term when they're on their back and they jump up onto their feet without doing that. That's a fun thing. But this is kicking off our Christmas spectacular episode because I recorded an episode last night with Brad where we rated and we picked what we think are the top 5 best Christmas movies, and I think we put together the worst list of best Christmas movies. I think people will hate this list. I had my list of what I think are the 5 most fun rewatchable Christmas movies as well, which got even shit on more, but that will be the second half of this episode, so make sure you stay tuned for that. A lot of discourse and discord. Arguments abound. I also notoriously, if you have been following the pod for a while, am a Grinch and a Scrooge and am very bah humbuggy. So Go watch our.
Whereas I am Little Miss Christmas Spirit.
No, but you're naughty. So naughty. That was said in a Winston voice.
I'm naughty.
Naughty.
Noighty. Like I spell it like Noity. Noighty.
Noighty?
I'm naughty.
Don't like that.
All right.
Okay.
Enough of that. Time out.
Regroup.
Okay. We need to get back to this, okay? Yep. So you found this because it was suggested podcast. To you in
the algorithm
streaming soon.
Well, no, okay. In my research for it. The algorithm wasn't like, you seem like you like half-naked dudes. Watch this movie. It was in my research of what is coming to streaming in November 2024. Yep.
Because I feel like Netflix would be far more likely to suggest this movie to one such as myself than it would to one such as yourself. But it did not suggest it to me, and I had to dig for it. So I was wondering why this came across your path. And I understand now.
Podcast,
streaming
research.
Got it.
Yep.
So, yep. It has been added to Netflix, and folks, let me just tell you, buckle up. If you're going to watch The Merry Gentleman, which go watch The Merry Gentleman, but buckle up first because you're in for a good one. It is chef's kiss good. I need to address this description. Okay. First line. Booted from Broadway before Christmas.
I could have used a little bit more alliteration. I want more alliteration. I need more
I have a problem.
Booted from Broadway before the birth of the baby Christ. Our baby savior, the beloved Jesus Christ. I need more B's.
I'm impressed. As a writer, I'm impressed with your alliteration skills. But I have a problem with... I take issue with the word Broadway. Okay?
No, it said it was a Broadway play. It said it was. I also take umbrage with it. I take umbrage with it.
Matt, you're not listening. I take umbrage. Matt, you're not listening to me. This is the description of the movie.
Yes.
We are to assume that the main character, this bitch, is on Broadway.
Yes, there were playbills and everything. It was
quiet.
They said it was Broadway multiple times.
Shut your mouth, Matt. You are not hearing me. I am not
she
talking
should
about
not have
you
been
or
on Broadway, but it was Broadway. That is where they decided to set this.
Matt, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You're not listening.
Disrespect.
I'm not talking about you or what you thought. I'm talking about in the movie. They want us to believe that fucking shit show 6-year-old dance routine that she and those bitches put on in the first 3 minutes of the movie was Broadway.
Well, yes, that was my... Yes, that was...
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, you were being so loud.
Shit.
So loud.
You
just blew out everyone's eardrums. And
it
is Christmas. It is Christmas. You are giving them bleeding ears for Christmas.
I'm sorry, I have really old earbuds in and I can't tell how loud I'm talking because they completely shut my
very
entire
loud.
voice out. Okay.
But yeah,
But let me make my point, please. No. Shut your fucking mouth and let me make my point. In the first, if you haven't seen this movie, and come back to listen to what I'm saying after you see this movie, in the first 3 minutes of this film, the main character, whose name is Ashley, of course it is.
I didn't even make note of her name.
Ashley Davis is her name. She is white girl through and through. Yeah. Ashley Davis is on stage with about 8 or 10 other 20 to 40-year-old women in outfits that I could only conjure up Mean Girl vibes for the Jingle Bell Rock scene when they were in the but the grandma version of the Mean Girl. And the dance, they're called the Jingle Bells, this group.
Yep.
The dance that they're doing is literally your 6-year-old niece's first ballet dance recital.
It was the slowest kick line I've ever seen.
It was
so bad. It was so bad.
And this is what they call Broadway. This bitch is supposed to be on Broadway.
That's fair.
This is why I took issue with this.
Okay. That was the very first note I had. I said, this is the most basic dance on stage, and it got a goddamn standing ovation.
And the audience is in raptures.
Like, what is happening? And they're like, this is our production. Like, her job is this Broadway production for Jingle Bells. Her picture is on the playbill. This does not play 9 to 10 months of the year. What the fuck is going on?
But that was my question. I was like, what do they do the rest of the year? If they're the Jingle Bells.
Lots of practicing.
They just do that and it was just one dance. The whole show was one dance. And it was about maybe 45 seconds of dancing. It was literally like I'm talking about literally your 6-year-old went to her first ballet class, and this is her dance recital, and your mom, all the moms are there, and the moms have to be like, oh my gosh, honey, you did so great. But really, they sucked because they're 6. That's what that show looked like. And she, quote unquote, messes up, right? She missed her footing somewhere in the dance. Okay?
She did.
All right.
Hand to God, she did.
The dancing was so bad. That I didn't see it. I had to go back when they later they say, she's like, oh my gosh, are you firing me because I missed my footing? I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. I had to rewind and watch this bad dancing again to see where it happened. That's how bad the dancing was. I didn't see her mess up.
Oh, that's just because you're not observant.
No, she messed the fuck up. No, it's because it was all shit. It was shit from the beginning to the end. How am I supposed to pick that one part that's supposed to be shit in a pile of shit?
Okay, pause. As I mentioned, I have drank 3 beers. I need to piss again. Pause.
Good, I get to talk to the folks while you're out there. I'll have my soliloquy.
I still hear my earbuds, and I edit this, so I'm gonna know all the shit you say. But yes, you can ramble.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
No copyrighted
jingle
music.
Jingle bells chime and jingle bells rhyme. No, 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 no. I forgot the words. What a right time it's what a bright time. As I mentioned before, I have old earbuds in, and they're supposed to be noise canceling earbuds, so they're literally filling up my entire ear holes. I have no idea what I sound like. So I could be completely off key.
That entire thing,
and I probably
am. You weren't that bad off key, but I specifically said no copyrighted music before.
I specifically said go fuck yourself.
You did not. I have earbuds in. You never said go fuck yourself.
I did in here.
Okay, well, I did in here. That's on you. I can't read your thoughts as much as you might.
But you're gonna put a little clip in there because you're gonna think it's really funny.
It will be the after credits clip. It sure as shit will. But
I know
Broadway.
So this bitch is okay. So let's back up for a second. All right, let's tell the fine folks. What we're talking about.
I really appreciate that you have introduced her as this bitch, as a female. So now that I can refer to her as this bitch. So thank you. I appreciate that.
I give you permission as a female. You may use this.
Thank you.
Because that is the only way to refer to her. This bitch.
This bitch
Ashley.
This bitch Ashley.
Because of course her name is Ashley.
Is it really Ashley?
So it's Ashley. It's Ashley Davis. I swear to you. Okay, so this bitch is this is her full-time job, and it's her dream to be on Broadway as a Jingle Bell. And so we see her doing her kitty dance, and right after she gets booted from the show. And there's basically they have told her she's too old. She's been doing this for too long, and they replaced her with some young hottie. And she's totally offended, right? So then she has to go back home to her hometown, which, as I understood it, she was in New York, which is where she was in Broadway. So I understood it was on the other coast. It wasn't clear, maybe Seattle area. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cold.
I do.
And
What?
I need to get to this point,
Fine.
Okay?
Okay, get to your
She
point.
goes home to see her parents and to wallow in her sorrows, right? Here's where I take issue with this other line in the description. Okay? So fine.
Umbrage. It's more fun.
I'm going to take umbrage with your face if you don't stop interrupting me.
Okay? Rude and aggressive, but okay.
Oh my God. Booted from Broadway before Christmas. a dancer spices up her family's small town nightclub. Let's pause for a moment, folks. Her parents own
the
a hole
rhythm
in the wall.
room. It's the rhythm room.
Put like a dive bar,
Raley,
right?
Put some respect on the rhythm room's name. They have been a long-standing staple in the community, and they have had
Sycamore Creek.
Of Sycamore Creek, and they have had
Sycamore Creek,
multiple
Oregon.
artists come through and make a name for themselves.
Someone
in the
from
rhythm room.
The Grand Ole Opry was there, which they couldn't name drop, I guess.
You can't.
So anyway,
because it didn't happen.
Rhythm Room. Right.
Yep.
The Rhythm Room is the name of this dive bar / music venue that her parents own, that they've always owned. So she goes back there. Mm-hmm. Here's where my issue is. They called it a small town nightclub. And yeah, at least 14 times in this movie, they reference the fact that it's a piece of shit dive bar falling apart.
They do be making those
Nightclub
references.
Is a little generous.
It is.
Netflix, I'm just telling you, like, whoever is writing these descriptions, y'all need to, like, maybe just do better. Watch the movie first of all, because that would help, and then, like, let's be really careful about. Although in the movie, I will say, they do call her a Broadway star. So it's not the Netflix description writer for saying, it's not his fault or her fault for saying Broadway. She calls herself a Broadway star.
Call herself a Broadway star who dances slowly and poorly.
It's so bad, folks.
It was rough. It was just very rough.
And everyone was so excited about it. They were just like, oh my gosh, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I did have noted that it is insane that when they fire her, it is very business-like, which maybe that's what it's like. I haven't performed on Broadway, but they're like, HR will be in touch. They do it in what appears to be the middle of the season. Like, this is a very short time period and window where people are spending shitloads of money to go see the Jingle Bells. I would assume.
She's only got like 10 shows probably total, right? Yep. So, like, they cut her off at 4.
She is on the front of the playbill. She's front and center on the playbill.
In the middle of the entire act.
It's not just a logo. It's like an actual picture of the cast, and she is front and center.
Now you have to redesign the whole playbill. You got to reprint them all out.
And she's also an idiot. As soon as she's fired, she's 2 feet from the office door and just screams loudly. Like, they're going to fucking hear you. Like, what is happening? And it wasn't just like
oh no. It was like she sounded like she was having, like, possession was taking over her. Like, something, she was like, like, why would you scream like that? First of all, why would you scream like that? Second, why would you scream like that? Anyway, okay, so fine. She goes home to see her parents and wallow in her sorrows, and her sister and her parents still live in the small town where she's from. Okay, Sycamore Creek.
Her sister runs the diner.
Her sister runs a diner
where you can get
Little Spoon.
An order of cookies, which is 3 cookies.
And then shovel them into your face, apparently, because that's how everyone eats cookies.
Ashley does not know how to eat cookies. She eats cookies like the goddamn Cookie Monster. Cookie.
And proceeds to get it all over her face, which just was.
And then no one says anything. No one says anything. Her sister, that's trying to, like, hey, you should fuck this maintenance dude. But I'm going to let you leave with him with chocolate and cookie shit all over your face. Bad sister. Bad sister. Bad.
Yeah, that was not nice.
Not nice.
She doesn't really like her sister, I think. Okay, so fine. She's home. She's going home to see her parents. And who does she run into? Who does she get trapped in the garland of? But Chad Michael Murray, who is the maintenance man, who's been helping her parents out at their bar, at their nightclub with repairs. And he's just a nice guy up on a ladder with some Christmas garland, hanging it up. And she's really clumsy and somehow gets wrapped in this garland that is like this long, but somehow she gets twirled up in it. And then they have this meet cute, which is like, oh God, we're tangled. And then she falls on her ass. And I need to pause here and say, like, this entire movie, this is a Netflix original movie, but the entire thing was giving Hallmark so hard.
This is 100% a Hallmark
so
movie.
Hard. This is a Hallmark movie, but with Netflix stamped on it.
I'm getting
that's
on my soapbox.
Every aspect of this was Hallmark.
This is me stepping up on my soapbox. Christmas movies.
You do look taller now.
Thank you. Christmas movies need to just fucking lean in to one direction or the other. Like this, I wanted this to be. I wanted this to be. They need to lean into it more. I wanted this to be an R-rated Christmas movie. Like I need them to have more leaning into that, like the Bad Santa, like irreverent Christmas movies for people who don't necessarily love Christmas. Like this should have been like a Magic Mike Christmas movie. This was the most PG fucking Hallmark Christmas. I predicted so many direct lines of dialogue in this. It is the most predictable movie.
Oh, yeah.
It is so cheesy. It is so bad. It is.
It's horrendously good. It's horrendously good. And it was hard for me to get through many scenes in this movie. But if you like the Hallmark Christmas movie, if that's your jam at Christmas, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch cheesy, terrible rom-coms. Please know this movie was made for you.
That is true.
You are the demographic.
That's
every single aspect of this, down to the exact characters, down to the way they looked, down to the way they talked, down to these scenarios where she's from, the small town, the big city girl with the big job who comes home and meets the small town guy and has to have this big project that she's going to save, which is her parents' bar because it's failing. And then she gets it together. She has this grand idea and she saves the day and she makes the money back and she falls in love with the guy.
She abandons them, go back to Broadway.
She's like, oh, I'm going to go back. And then like at the last minute decides, no, my life should really be stayed. I should stay here in the small town because I should give up my dreams for you. Literally, by the book, Hallmark. You couldn't have made more Hallmark movies.
Yep.
All right.
I had so many issues.
Know that when you're going into it.
And I think, I mean, you just went through the entire plot, so I'm going to jump around some here. Because I didn't think I had many notes on this, and I don't really, but there's just some random shit that I need to cover. First, they need to make $30,000 in basically 1 month in order to be able to pay off the debts of her parents' business and keep the business, right? So she's by the way,
is 6 months of rent behind their back rent for 6 months, plus maintenance, plus repairs, plus interest,
which is not bad.
A grand total of
wild.
This is so 2024. Cheap. That shit would be like $7.5 million if you have 6 months rent.
And she's like,
I'm sorry, I don't even care if you're in a small town. That shit would be millions. And she's like, oh, it's going to be so much money. It's like $30,000. You're like, oh. How are we ever going to make that?
And then her answer is,
bitch, you should be jumping for joy.
I'm going to get 2 attractive guys and my brother-in-law to strip on stage. And we will
didn't include him in the attractive guys.
What?
I love how you didn't include the brother-in-law with the attractive guys.
He's not bad looking, but the other guys are like fucking ripped and he's dad bod. So it's weird that you're like, hey, I want my brother-in-law to strip on stage. I feel like that's frowned upon. Like you flip the genders.
He's also the only dude in town, apparently.
You flip the genders of these, and if it's a dude that's like, I want to have this like basically burlesque strip show on stage, and I really want my sister-in-law to be involved. People are like, what the fuck is this movie? We need to cancel this person immediately.
Oh my god! I didn't think about that. That's hilarious.
And so
you are so right, though.
One of my biggest problems was their opening night that they had on this, The Merry Gentlemen, when they debuted.
The construction
there are lots of empty seats in this fucking bar. And then they're like,
there's 8 people there.
And they're like, we made $2,200 tonight. And I'm like, what? Like, first there's a $30 cover, which is wild in the small town that they have a $30 cover for this.
I wouldn't pay a $30 cover in Miami today.
Right. And so they have
a
$30 cover. And then they're trying to say that they made $2,200 this night, are
From
you
the 8 people
get
that showed
the
up.
fuck out of here?
Yeah.
Like, I get you
Yeah.
order drinks and all that fun stuff,
Maybe
but
some food, maybe some appetizers,
but
right?
if it's just people I'd cover, that's over 73 people that went to the show. There are
Good
about
math.
15 people. Yeah, thank you. I have my
No,
phone.
they're-
My phone has this thing called a calculator.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's fancy.
No, there were like
there were
less
not
than
many
12
people.
people
There's
there.
like less than 20.
And half of those were her family, her sister, her mom, her dad, their landlord was there.
Which her parents.
So that's 4 of the 12.
Her parents surprisingly cool with male
Totally
review.
rad.
It's not male strippers. It's a male review.
An all male review. Yeah. A Christmas male review. And also, by the way, if you know, you know, her mom is Sabrina's aunt.
Yep, that is true.
If you know, you know.
And
back in the day, if you're a 90s baby like me, you grew up looking at Sabrina and Sabrina's aunts, and one of them was her mom. I forgot her name. I don't know her name. Never knew it. Don't care.
And
she's the only person I've ever, besides Chad Michael Murray, the only person in there that's even mildly recognizable.
Well, if you know, you know. I know good old Pat will probably clock this, but the regular at the bar is played by Maxwell Caulfield, who is in Grease 2. So the old guy that steps in when Roger sprains his ankle, good old Grease 2 fame. That's their celebrity cameo.
Wait, who was he in Grease 2?
He's the main guy in Grease 2.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen Grease 2 yet.
The main guy? Oh, you've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Right,
I was waiting till when we reviewed
sick Pat on you.
But I'm like 99% sure. Yeah, he plays Michael. No.
Is that movie really that old? I can't really see that, but whatever.
Yeah, I know it was very
I believe
blurry.
you.
Grease 2 came out in 1982. Grease 2 came out 10 years before I was born.
Oh my god. Oh, that makes me feel old. Okay, well, Pat, now's your chance to like chew Matt apart because he hasn't seen Grease 2.
I'm saving it for the podcast now. Raley.
Wow, now who's shouting?
Raley, I am saving it for the podcast. I have not seen it. If I have not seen it already, I'm going to save it to when we review it on here, so then I come in with a fresh perspective. Get off my ass! God damn it!
My eardrums are never going to survive this
Christmas.
podcast. Okay.
Love,
all right,
enjoy,
listen.
Spirit of the holidays, and male strippers.
And be naughty. All right. Can we please talk about? Please, I want to talk about these men that are in her show. So if you haven't gathered, her brilliant idea to save her parents' bar from being sold and being turned into a juice shop is to basically force this man that she just met, the Garland man, Chad Michael Murray. She literally just met him like minutes ago.
In all fairness, she does want to fuck him.
By lying. Yes, but that is not an excuse to then like, whatever. He was fine with it. Okay. So force this man, that man's friend, who also lives in town.
Who also
like
works
you said,
at the
her
bar.
brother-in-law. Who also works at the bar, yes. That's right, he's the bartender. Yep. And her brother-in-law. And eventually, the cab driver in town. Okay? And the bar regular, as we now know, is from Grease 2. So eventually we have 5 dudes in this show. But let me just point out that 2 of these men are clearly trained dancers. Okay? One definitely done this before. I think Troy, the bartender, is like got stripper vibes. I think he actually might be a male stripper, like in real life.
Well, yeah,
because he actually had the moves, he had the body,
right?
But
100%.
The other dude, the cab driver guy, is like a professional,
like dancer. Yeah,
that man is a dancer. So he comes in later, and boy, our main character, our buddy Luke, the handyman, who's Garland boy, he looked good until they brought in the cab driver, and he got upstaged so hard. It was so unfair.
But
because he's like an okay dancer,
but Raley,
not a good dancer.
Luke is
and we're supposed
blonde.
to be like, he's on stage for her, and now he's being shown up by this like total badass that comes in and is like, yeah, I guess I can join. And then shows, but it's not even addressed how he's like 10 million times better.
No.
At all. And I also need to say, they have these, let's say like a month worth of shows, right? They have a month worth of shows to make $30,000. They have a different dance routine for every night. They learned all of those dance routines in about 3 days. To say that I'm impressed would be an understatement.
No,
because it seemed like it was hard enough for them to get the first one down. They were like, we're not dancers. We don't know how to do this. We don't even know how to do 1, 2, 3, 4. That montage of them learning the first dance was like such a big deal that suddenly they just snap their fingers and they can do 15 more complicated, fully blocked, fully choreographed routines.
Yep.
24 hours apart.
Hello? Yeah, I had so many thoughts and big feels about this and how things played out. I'm gonna rattle off a couple. Okay.
Oh boy.
Their song choices as strippers extremely just disappointed, especially once the regular, played by Max Caulfield from Grease 2, when he joins, just so slow. Mm-hmm. Awful stripper songs. Awful.
You know why that was? Is because they couldn't pay for the rights to good songs. They could have put good, badass dance songs on there, but they couldn't pay for those, so they had to get cheap knockoffs for really bad songs.
Well, like I said, this movie is billed as a musical on Netflix. There is no single part of this that is a musical. And I have very loose definitions of musical. Like we've discussed about it on here. It's like if the main characters sing 2 songs, I'm considering it a musical in terms of this podcast. So Top Gun is a musical to me for this podcast. It could be reviewed.
Okay.
Because they sing She's Lost That Loving Feeling and Great Balls of Fire. So musical can be discussed on here.
Okay.
This, no one in the main cast sings. There is a very poor Broadway dance choreography section. And then I really like one thing I noticed, that all the dancers have custom tool belts with like their names and shit like that on it. How is that in the budget? You're like, we need to raise this money, but let's spend money on getting you custom shitty stripper tool belts. Like why?
And whip them out of where? Where did you get that in the last 24 hours? Who made that?
And
Who sewed that into their tool belts?
Ashley.
Who's making the costume?
Ashley, living up to her namesake, is being a fucking idiot and decides to tell Luke that she's taking the job, going back to Broadway right before he's supposed to go on. You wait to the end of the night, Christmas you fucking idiot. Like, why?
She's heartless.
This is another thing.
She's a heartless bitch.
This stupid fucking Jingle Bells show. Does this show run constantly? Like, when they call her and offer her job back, they are saying, we need this. We're going to give you a 25% raise, which is wild. We get 25% raised. Come back to this. It's on Broadway.
A 3-year contract.
Yeah, 3-year contract. It's like there's no way.
For the old lady that they just fired.
What kind of play is this show getting in June and July? So you're doing a 3-year contract for this show that has the
lady that they just fired for being too old.
And you fired her for being too old for the most
But
basic,
you want to keep her on for 3 more years.
Basic, uninspired white bitch choreography that anyone could fucking do. I could do that shit. That was one of the worst kick lines I've ever seen. I am a fat white guy and I could do that choreography.
Again, your 6-year-old niece's dance recital. That's what that was.
It is wild.
And she's supposed to be the one who choreographed all these men's dances. Like, girl, if you could put that together, what the hell were you doing with those bitches up there? Like, if that's your skill, what was that?
Yep.
Ashley is a cold, heartless bitch.
Heartless bitch.
I need to also I need to hold space. Pulling out my my Ariana Grande, my Wicked reference.
People
I need to hold
holding
space
to
I need to hold space right now.
But that I just love it. She reached over and grabbed her pinky.
Finger. Like this.
Finger.
I'm supporting you, babe, as we're holding space together. I'm holding space, but only the space of your finger. Okay, I need to hold space right now for the preteen Raley who took one look at Chad Michael Murray with his streaky blonde hair, which was perfectly always swept to the side and didn't move, like made of concrete. I took one look at him and I said, oh my God, yes. Yes. If I saw that man on the street, would I go after him?
Yes.
Yes, I would. I would love to tell you that I wouldn't. But somewhere deep inside of me is 13-year-old Raley who was surrounded by the Chad Michael Murrays and the 90s, like the that vibe in the 90s and the early 2000s that were like all these really bad, like super cheesy shows and like movies and She's All That kind of stuff. And it was just all of that. And I saw him and I was like, oh, why does he still do this to me?
He's 43 years old. 43. He was born in 81. That is wild. Good for him.
He looks
He's crushing it for being 43.
So good.
I'm 32 and don't look that good. Good for him.
Chad, baby, please hit me up, okay? I don't care if you're 83 because that works. And
83.
And unfortunately for him, the dancing around him was way better. But everything going on here, I was like, who cares if he can't dance? Who cares if he's a simpleton from a small town who can barely finish a sentence? Who cares if he only talks in monosyllabic sentences, answers? Who cares?
There are so many things.
Who cares if he immediately falls in love with this girl who comes into town, even though his heart is broken and he never wants to love another city girl. But as soon as she walks into his garland, he just falls head over heels for her.
This dumb bitch.
Instantly.
I need her.
Clumsy, stupid. Her name is Ashley. She's from a big city. All bad things, and I have to have her. And she's gonna make me dance, which I never wanted to do, and I hate doing, but suddenly now I love it because I saw her face.
Now I'm a believer.
Oh, that was so good.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
You said then I saw her face. I had to.
So, but you know what? I would still heartily accept, even though all of those things are going against poor old Luke, I'd still be, I would be Ashley for him.
Two things.
I would.
There's lots.
I understand what that says about me. I understand, but I would.
There's a lot of things I had a problem with, but two specific things about Luke. What?
Go ahead.
You said wait.
Nope.
No, you said wait.
No. I said we.
Oh,
but
okay.
Go ahead.
Luke, when he is working in his barn shop, this place that he is living.
Barn shop.
It is a barn that he is using as a shop. He is using a sander. And this is the cleanest tool I have ever seen. This has never been used for a millisecond in its life. It is brand fucking spanking new. It is shiny. I'm like, what is happening here? So that problem one.
He's a very, very good carpenter who cleans all of his tools after he uses them.
Good for him. The next.
Good for you, baby.
When Ashley
clean those tools.
Decides to reveal to him, like 5 minutes before he goes on for the Christmas show, that she is taking her job back at Broadway and leaving, he storms out. He is frustrated. He is feeling rejected, dejected even. Heartbroken. He had been starting to fall for her and feels betrayed. And he leaves. And she eventually follows him. And she talks. And she says, I'm going to lose everything that I worked for. Like, if I don't take the Broadway show, it's all by the wayside. basically. And he's like, well, what about everything that we worked for? And then he's like, I thought you were different. He goes on a lecture about city girls are all the same. And then he's like, one of us has a show to do. And gets off and storms back inside. It's like, motherfucker, you had a show to do 30 seconds ago. You knew this. You chose to storm out and leave. And now you're going to be all dramatic. Be like, one of us has a show to do. Well, then keep your fucking ass inside, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. He needed
his dramatic exit, and then she followed him, so he had to get away from her again. Yeah. He had to dramatically enter. A dramatic exit followed by a dramatic entrance.
Yep. And, sorry, one more thing. Because this is after that. This is the chain of events. Then when she is gone, Luke takes kind of leadership of the married gentleman. And then he's sitting there, and all of a sudden, they are all fucking divas. They are all fighting over everything. And then there is a line.
It's just because Ashley's gone. It all falls
now
apart
that Ashley's gone, it all falls apart. And I'm
Apparently
pretty sure
we're all assholes when she leaves.
I'm pretty sure it's Luke, a.k.a. Chad Michael Murray, who says it. But he says, you came in late on that first hip thrust. And I'm like, what is happening right now? When that line of dialogue was uttered, it left that person's lips. I'm like, what are we doing here? What is happening?
He takes his hip thrusts very seriously. Okay.
Yeah.
This man who 2 weeks before this moment had never ever danced a day in his life is now going to get you to hip thrust on beat.
And all of a sudden, all of these dancers are now just divas, and it's a power struggle, and they're fighting, and they want control.
That's
and
what
I'm
happens.
like, why?
That's what happens when Ashley leaves.
Why?
We need to show you that Ashley is the glue that holds this piece of shit show together. Without her, literally everything is bad.
So stupid.
Every single thing is
so
wrong.
Dumb.
And then my favorite part of the movie is when they go on to start the show, right? And just professional dancer and this other, probably a stripper.
Yep.
These two men do their little bit in the beginning of the show. And then our dear sweet Luke, Chad Michael Murray, comes out to do his part of the show. And he stops on stage and requires the man in the back to turn the music off. This is what happens when Ashley leaves.
His muse is gone.
He can't do it because she's not there. He doesn't have her to look at.
She did tell him to look at a face in the crowd.
He cannot thrust his pelvis when Ashley's not there. Don't you guys see? It doesn't work without Ashley. Yep. He's willing to embarrass everyone, stop the whole show, cause this weird disruption and emotional moment in the middle of a stripper show.
No, it is a male review. It is not a stripper show. It is a male review.
If I was a woman in that audience and that man turned all like emo in the middle of it, I would be like, I'm sorry, what have I signed up for?
That's
I need my money back, please, because I came here to see half-naked men shaking it on stage. I didn't come here to see you break down because your week-and-a-half long girlfriend decides that her dreams are more important than your abs. I didn't come here for the drama. I came here for the body.
That's right.
So what is he doing? He's willing to like throw everything to the shitter, even though he just spent half an hour telling everybody how important this is. We must keep the show going for her parents and for her family and for our town. And he gets out there and he's like, we can't do it without Ashley. Turn the music off. And then, of course, she magically walks in and she saves the day. And then he starts on. He's like, yeah, hit the music again. I can dance now.
But she only decides to walk in and save the day essentially because the taxi was having trouble with traffic. And she's stuck in traffic and then she got thinking. But
because if she had gotten to the airport in time, she would have just gotten on an airplane and like
100%.
left. 100%. But because he gave her this really ugly wreath necklace,
wreath necklace, bad.
That's how she remembered he was there. Because she would have forgotten that she knew him, but like she touched the necklace on her. She was like, "Oh yeah, that guy! Oh my god, I totally forgot. I should probably like go give up all my dreams and settle for this small town life."
Yep, that's right.
Because he gave me a wreath necklace, which is the most hideous fucking necklace.
It was rough.
I think I've ever seen in my life.
It was bad.
And I noticed she didn't even say thank you, which is really rude.
So really,
she said, "Aw, that's so sweet." Mm-hmm. And then he puts it on her, and she's like, "Mm-hmm." And then like doesn't say it's beautiful. She doesn't say I love it. She doesn't say thank you. She's like, okay, and then like leaves. What the fuck, bitch?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hideous, but you still say
it's
thank
bad.
you.
You still suck it up and say thank you.
You say thank you. Oh my! And also, I loved when her sister is trying to convince her to call him before she's leaving town. She's like, "Did you try calling Luke?" And she's like, "He's too upset with me. He won't talk to me." And she's like, "But maybe you should try calling him again." "But I tried, and he won't talk to me." "You don't know so that dramatic. He won't." "Yes, I do, bitch. I just tried to call him, and he didn't answer me. But try it again." And then they walk out the door, and who the fuck is that? Luke is crouched.
Yep.
Under near a table.
You can't fucking tell me. You can't fucking tell me she didn't know he was right goddamn there.
Oh,
she
the sister knew
right by him too. So did fucking Ashley.
So the sister knew. She set her up. She was like, "You need to talk to Luke." And she's like, "I can't." She's like, "No, but you need to talk to Luke." And I'm like, why is she pushing so hard for her to call Luke? Oh, it's because Luke is right there.
He is right fucking there.
What a creep. He's crouching and listening to them talking. Like,
it's true.
What?
It's true.
Ew.
Agreed.
I also... What?
I broke the seal. I have to piss again. So
okay.
Bad. I'll be right
back. Goodbye. Be gone. This is a rhythm of the night. I'm really disappointed that this movie did not include the Mariah Carey song. If it had the Mariah Carey song in there, maybe I would have... It would have like bumped it up a couple of notches for me. If I had just like, when she walked in the room, like into the bar, if I just heard, "I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need, and I..." Baby, all I want for Christmas is you. You, baby. If she had waltzed in there to that entrance, like when she was like coming back to him and saving the day, if Dave's like, and I would have been like, okay, now I love this movie.
Yeah, fair.
But to your point, first of all, the music was pretty much non-existent in this movie, besides when they were dancing, which was, as you also pointed out, terrible music.
Bad.
And also, and obviously none of these songs are like songs that we recognize because, again, music rights didn't want to pay for them. Netflix said nah. And there was a moment, it's when she walks in for the first time to the bar. Like, she's just gotten out of the cab, she's coming from New York, she's all upset, I'm going to go see my family. She walks into the rhythm room for the first time. It was so awkward. And if you don't remember this, go back and watch this scene. She walks in and there's like a song that starts to play that says like something like, it's beginning to look like Christmas, or it's starting to look like Christmas. It's not it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas song, but it said something like, it's starting to look like Christmas or starting to feel like Christmas. And that was it. And then the music stopped. Like, just one line of music played really loudly when she's walking in. And then no more music, just talking. It was super awkward. Why did we throw that in there?
Yeah,
and
no.
I wanted to say that I took a picture, which I will now send to you so that you can put on the screen. I took a picture of the sign beside the door.
Oh boy.
In the rhythm room. Okay? Folks, by the door, they are advertising Country Fest, which is presumably going to happen at the Rhythm Room, okay? And I need to point out that the names of the artists that they're featuring for Country Fest coming up, here are the country music artists that will be featured at the Rhythm Room. Are you ready?
Yep, hit me.
Agustin Bacani.
Ooh, very
Augustin Bacani.
Okay.
1. Paul Olivas. 2. And 3. Mauricio Marcés.
Oh, this was the country of... Not
Italy.
America. Yeah, I don't.
And maybe Mauricio Marces is like, that's like maybe Colombian or something. Like, I feel like he's from like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I don't know. That is wild.
And Paul Olivas looks like he could have been maybe a country guy, but his family ain't from around here.
Oh boy.
I'm sending you this so you can put it on the screen, because we all need to appreciate the beauty of this detail that they decided to add into the background
on the set
of
design.
This movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know, I am also a sleuth, so I must notice these things and take full appreciation of them.
Oh boy. Nice.
It is great. It is wonderful. Also, I want to just also point out that Ashley's sister has a sister shrine in her house.
Yep.
She walked into her sister's house, and her sister had an entire wall and cupboard area dedicated to her sister.
Yep.
Like pictures of her and playbills from her music and pictures of her on stage and like newspaper clippings of when she was a child, and like not with her and her sister, just her sister.
Yep.
I'm concerned about this.
That's fair. There was so much with her sister. Like, her sister is immediately trying to set her up with Luke, when originally
so are her parents.
So are her parents. As far as we know, she's there for a few days to see them for Christmas, because she hadn't.
She came home for Christmas, and they're like, "Hey, Ashley's good to see you. You should fuck this guy because he's single and you're single, and we love single people to get together."
Live vicariously through you, because how she got the idea for the male review is her sister is like, "Yeah, you know that doctor I dated in college? He wasn't a doctor. He was a stripper." And it's like, what
secrets.
You'll be that stripper. It was just so stupid. Like, I'm like,
I love the idea, though, that she told her family that he was a doctor. So her sister was for years under the impression that her sister had dated a doctor, because she went out of her way to tell their family that he was a doctor because he dressed as a doctor in his stripper job. That to me is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I would agree.
I imagine if I'm dating a stripper, like, let's say his act is to act like a fireman, would I then go to my family and say, he's a fireman?
No. Sir,
I'm not sure that's the route I would go. If I wanted to keep it a secret, I'm not sure that's the way I would go about it.
No,
but okay,
shit.
cool.
Yeah, it's wild. This movie, it's relatively inoffensive, right? Like, it's not gonna piss. I mean, it might piss some people off, but like this,
it's offensive if you like good movies
about male strippers. Yes, it is offensive if you like.
It's very clean. Yes,
it is extremely clean. It is very minimal to no swearing. The strippers take their shirts off. You see some abs. If you are scared of abs,
there's
don't
some
watch
thrusting.
There is some well, yeah, they were coming in late on the first hip thrust.
On the hip thrust, yeah, that's true.
So,
there's some like body rolls, but that's about as spicy as it gets.
It is not. I guess it is. If you're, nope. I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna go there. But it is so mellow compared to what options are.
So good.
So many things out there. This, I think,
it's definitely not a Magic Mike. Okay, it is not Magic Mike.
No,
we were led to believe it was Magic Mike.
Yep,
and it was not.
That's on me for not doing my research.
It was neither a musical nor a Magic Mike.
It was
so it certainly was not a Magic Mike musical.
Hallmark movie musical is what it was.
Not a musical.
Like, it's. Yeah, I said musical there, but no, not even remotely a musical. None of the characters actually sing in it. I don't believe any of the songs.
There's just the word Broadway is written in the description.
Because
that's the only thing that might
Broadway.
Be considered something related to possibly musical related things.
I don't think anything else is really like touching that in that genre. So like, it's wild. But this movie is also wild. It is like, it's an hour and a half long. You've got time.
It was choice. It was choice. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, you know, when I go to Hallmark for my Hallmark vibes, I will now remember this as an option because it is, if nothing about it is not Hallmark and everything about it is Hallmark.
Yeah.
And so I recommend this horribly bad Christmas rom-com stripper movie.
Yep.
It's the cleanest stripper movie that there
It
is.
really is.
So go find yourselves in that Christmas spirit and enjoy some 8-pack abs, a little bit of weird old man dancing, some terrible dialogue, some great hair on Chad, and that's about what you're gonna. And then Ashley the bitch,
Yeah,
and that's
Ashley
what
the
you're gonna
bitch.
get out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, bad adult female dancing.
Yeah.
Horrible. Versus decent to very good adult male dancing.
Yeah. This rough. I don't have any other thoughts on this movie. Like, I thought this would be a lot shorter than it was, but I just
we had a lot of thoughts.
It like you said, good. This is a movie for horny 40 to 50-year-old women. I feel like it's a feel good Christmas movie that you get to see some dudes take their shirts off. Like, the story is cheesy as hell. Most of the dancing and everything's the dialogue cheesy as hell.
It's terrible. But again, my consolation prize was just looking at Chad. Yeah. Like, I couldn't care less about any of the rest of it. But I got to see Chad, and he looked better than I expected him to for all these years later. So I thank him for that.
Yeah. And I don't know if they were going for star power. Like, I don't know what their thought process was with casting Maxwell Caulfield as the bar regular in this. But in the later scenes, when everyone is supposed to be dancing together, he is so out of sync, and looks so bad. It looks so rough. Like, I'm like, what is happening right now? It is painful and distracting to me.
And the only reason he even joins them is because the brother-in-law slips on ice and sprains his ankle, and so they can't do a 4-man routine with only 3 men
because they
try and they bump into each other, and so they stop the show halfway through and say, "What are we gonna do?" And old man decides to jump in and help. And I just thought I would actually, if I were in that audience, prefer you cancel the show.
Yeah,
I prefer you just cancel
fair.
it than to bring
the fuck is this
naked 70-year-old man. Okay, maybe he was 60.
Still.
Why do we no, I'm good.
Yep. Nope. That's fair.
But then there were some older ladies in the audience who were, I guess, like, I totally want to see old man, but older ladies want to see young men naked too. They don't want to see that either.
That's true. Maybe they want variety.
We're done. We've ripped it apart and we've glorified it, and it is what it is, and we are done.
That is The Merry Gentleman on Netflix, so watch that. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Next up is the Brad Nye, what I think is probably the worst ranking of Christmas movies ever. We tried to come to consensus on what we thought were the 5 best Christmas movies, and it's a bit of a hot mess, but we had a lot of fun with it. So stay tuned for that. Rayleigh, do you have any thoughts? This is our last episode before 2025. Any thoughts going into the new year? Any call outs?
I'm just glad we're still doing this.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is still a thing. We've had some ups and downs, and then it's been a hell of a year, but I am just ready for 2025 to start. I'll say that.
Yep.
I'm over it. I'm over it. 2024. You've been here, you done that, and you fucked everybody over. So let's put it behind us and go on. And that's it. I enjoy doing this with you. I think we should keep doing it as long as we can until we get canceled or until we just run out of things to say, which will never happen. So.
Nope. Yeah, I echo your thoughts on that. Nothing else. Excited for what the new year brings. So hopefully y'all stick with us. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends, all that fun shit. Love to see the pod growing. Thank you all. We had a lot of fun with this.
Please watch Merry Gentlemen and then comment on here your thoughts. Mm-hmm. Just tell us what you thought.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I want to know. I want to know what annoyed the shit out of you most about this movie. Like, don't tell us your favorite thing about this movie. Tell us your least favorite
tell us
thing
the
about
worst
this
part.
movie. Like, what was painful
tell us the thing that
to
made
you
as
gave
you the most cringe.
Yep.
What was the most cringe part?
Let us know. But Thank you all. Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun shit. Don't forget to go down once more. And now watch the next part of the Christmas Spectacular episode. And now I'm going to once again say,
bye.
And don't forget to go down once more. Later.
Bye.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Down Once More. Matt here, and I am joined by Brad, part of our Christmas episode spectacular. We are going to come up with what we think are the 5 best Christmas movies. Disclaimer, though, before we get into it and I give Brad a chance to talk. We have blind spots. There are a lot of Christmas movies that I have not watched. I am not a Christmas movie person. I'm not, if you've been listening to the pod for a while, I'm a combination of Scrooge and the Grinch. I'm not, Christmas music isn't my jam. I mentioned it on last week's episode that in the office, they were decorating a tree and they had Christmas music playing, and I got up and I shut my office door. I'm like, nope, not doing this today. But on that note, in the spirit of Christmas, because this is our Christmas episode, Brad, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I, too, am a bit of a Scrinch. And I have to say, I don't always feel the reason for the season. Partly because the commercialized pablum that is foisted upon us this time of year is overwhelming. And it comes at us earlier every freaking year. I am tired of it not being Halloween and seeing Christmas stuff start to like reach its way into stores, like tendrils of, I don't even know, something that tendrils. So
tendrils.
I tend to be over hearing about Christmas before the Christmas season even comes up.
Yeah,
because I take a very hard line. No Christmas shit till after Thanksgiving.
I support that.
But just going out in the world, you get so much Christmas shit the entire month of November that I'm tired of it by the time we actually get to the season. So I don't normally feel like watching Christmas movies. I don't normally feel like listening to Christmas music. But I think we can come up with 5. We're going to try.
I think so.
What I'm going to go ahead and add to your caveat, we will not be putting It's a Wonderful Life on the list.
Yeah, I've never even seen it.
We have not seen it.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up with it. And
also these are, for the purpose of this, full-length movies. Like the animated, like the original animated Grinch, like we'll see if there's debates on the other versions of the Grinch movie on here, but like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty, like those ones that are like 20-minute claymation, stop motion, none of that stuff.
Wait,
so
you're saying no to those?
I think so. They're not movies. Those are shorts. They're like 30 minutes long, aren't they?
Rudolph's 55.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can have a debate around it, but Jeremy doesn't like to make toys. Isn't in my top 5.
Fuck you. What?
That's in your top 5?
Yes. We just said I don't love these movies, and I enjoy that one.
What do you enjoy about that? What?
The music is really good. It is memorable, and it's quotable. It feels like the season. Let's just. Okay. I am putting my first one on the table for potential top 5, and then we'll order them right at the end of this after we get 5. I'm gonna say Rudolph, dude. It's, I think, the clear best of the classics. The Santa Claus is Coming to Town or whatever. Frosty, the Grinch, of the canon of 40s and 50s Christmas shorts, movies, whatever you want to call them. It's the best. We are Santa's elves. And Santa being a grump about it. Oh, Papa, Mrs. Claus shutting him down. It's memorable. It sticks with you, and it's actually pretty enjoyable.
See, I think that is one we've talked about this on the pod before. I think for me, there are certain things that growing up just got run into the ground and I just can't do anymore.
Sure.
And so it's like, I don't think since I have grown up, been out of the house, I have not watched Sound of Music. I have not watched Mary Poppins. Because we watched those so much.
Too much.
Kid. And I think that's what, like,
we should
a
actually
lot
do
of
those for an episode at some point.
We should at some point. But like, there's certain things from like as a kid, and I think some of these, like Rudolph, for me,
Sure.
I have had zero interest in revisiting it. Now, you have a different perspective where you have kids that you can introduce these things to, and so you have to kind of revisit it. Because my Christmas hot take is, if you don't have kids, I don't see the point in putting up a tree or decorations. Why? You're an adult. You're out doing other things. How often are you sit there? Whatever. I've been really contradicting myself.
We're not trying to get canceled. Come on.
I know. I've been really contradicting myself the past few episodes because I'm like, I believe, like, if you're not hurting anybody, do what makes you happy. And then I'm like, I think fuck Christmas. Don't do your trees. Don't do all your shit. But no. So ultimately,
I don't have
you do that. I don't have
notes. Note cards, so I'm
posting mini post-its.
I want to make sure you're not juicing the stats. Can we at least put Rudolph Bubble and see if it's left?
We can put it on the table for now.
Okay. What are you?
The first one I'm going to bring to the table is Elf.
Nope. Fuck Elf.
Fuck Elf.
Sorry.
What is your problem with Elf?
Elf's fun and whimsy does not last past the first watch. And if Christmas movies are anything, they have to be rewatchable. I think that the second half, nobody talks about how weak the second half of that movie is, with the Central Park Rangers and the best way to spend Christmas cheer.
Okay.
And Zooey Deschanel standing up on the sleigh.
It's true.
The wheels fall off of it at the end. I think there's a great character and nothing else. No other substance to the movie.
But when Peter Dinklage comes in, that whole scene is so good. He's an angry elf. Come on.
Does not move me. We can bubble it.
We'll bubble it. I can't believe that's... See, I say that's one of my favorite Christmas movies, but I don't go out of my way to watch Christmas movies. Usually every few years, I'll be forced to watching a new one or two. I've watched like 4 new Christmas movies this year.
Okay. I'm going to put one on there that I think we can both agree on. Home Alone. Home Alone is a top 5 Christmas movie for sure.
Yes.
Yep. We'll debate more when we order it.
Okay.
He's in.
Okay. Yes. I think Home Alone is safely in the top 5. Now, do you want to get... There's the whole is Die Hard a Christmas movie debate.
No.
So you want to bring it on the table here or no?
Here's my take.
Not things that take place at Christmas. Okay.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie the same way a hot dog is a sandwich. You can give me some wonky technical definition that defies like the natural taxonomy of Christmas movies that would maybe squeak it in. But I don't think that we want to deal with that kind of pedantia.
Oh, yes. We don't want to bring pedantia into it. Okay, fair. The next one I will put on the table, I think, is Bad Santa. I think Bad Santa, you can't say it's not a Christmas movie. I think it is... there's another one I'll throw in later. I think it's a Christmas movie for people who don't love Christmas movies. It's a R-rated comedy. It's raunchy. It's got funny parts, irreverent. It still has a little bit of a message to it. So you have some of that Christmas charm. I think Bad Santa's up there.
It's been a long time. I don't love it. Bubble. And we can debate.
We'll bubble and debate it.
Bubble and
debate. Merman.
Okay, I am going to go with another one that I think is gotta be in. There's a whole genre of Christmas rom-coms, and I'm going to pick what I think is the best. I'm going with The Holiday.
I have never seen The Holiday.
Oh my god! No! Are you serious?
We can throw it on there because I know it's one of the most famous.
It's
Christmas
amazing.
rom-coms, but I've never seen it.
It's a good rom-com. It's a good Christmas movie.
Okay, I've never seen it, but I know.
Oh my god!
Does it have Jack Black in it? Jack Black and Jude Law. Mm-hmm. See, why?
Some people would say
Jack
Kate
Black
Winslet
fan.
and Cameron Diaz,
but
no, you can call out the guys if you want.
There's a new Christmas movie this year called Dear Santa, where Jack Black plays Satan, where the kid wrote the letter, he misspelled Santa as Satan, and then Jack Black is Satan and pretending to be Santa. So I have not watched it yet.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I think it's on Paramount Plus. If you watched the last week's episode, I talked about Red One, The Rock, and Chris Evans one. Not great. Hot Frosty on Netflix, also very not great. But so go check out that episode if you haven't. Okay, I'm okay with it. Like, we can put, even though I haven't seen it, you are on here as well. You have influence. We'll throw Holiday in the pool. I'm okay with it being in the pool.
Or the in pool.
I don't want to put it on a definite in yet. Right now, Home Alone is the only one they have definite in.
Yep. Okay.
I recognize it's not the best movie, but a Christmas one that I love in the holiday rom-com is Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and now I'm blanking on her name. Legally Blonde.
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. Thank you.
So,
but I think it is a lot of fun. You got Tim McGraw and this is bad. I'm blanking on all the names. Directed Iron Man. Chef.
Oh, Jon Favreau.
As his brothers, and it's just a lot of fun. And when he goes to the mom and he gets taboo and she doesn't get the taboo buzzer, can't say that. Can't say that.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot of fun.
I like that movie as well. I think Bubble. I hear in your voice Bubble's the good spot, and we could debate what's left.
That's what I'm like. Okay, bro. What's another one you want to be on here for her consideration?
You're not going to agree. You're going to put it on the bubble, but I think it belongs in. Muppet Christmas Carol is so good.
Another one
it's
I've never
so
seen.
Good. Fuck
I've never seen it.
What?
Never seen it. I said there were going to be blind spots. I said this is going to be...
Let the record show.
We might just do
the
three.
Record show that I said three. Before we started,
before we recorded,
I said three.
5 is going to be tough.
Let's each do 2 more, and then we'll debate from there. God, Bubble the Muppets. Wow.
Okay. See, this movie has a special place in my heart. No, we're only doing 2 more. Because we've got another one. I'm going to put Spirited. Put that one out. Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell musical from a few years ago. The Apple TV Plus one.
I haven't seen it.
Really good. Will Ferrell plays Ebenezer Scrooge, who now is Ghost of Christmas Present. Or past. He's one of the ghosts and helping people. And it's got some catchy songs. It's fun. We reviewed it. It's on Apple TV Plus. I think it's up there. For me, I've rewatched that one more than other Christmas movies. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out.
All right.
Put that on your to-do list.
Could I? Have you seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Yep.
That's
my hot take is that it's overrated.
God damn it.
I watched it for the first time a few years ago after everyone has said how great of a movie it is, and I don't know if my expectations were too high. I did not love that movie. But
Okay.
it's
Then
fine.
I am gonna. No.
Fine.
No. I'll take it off the table because it was Bubble for me. But if it's out for you, Bubble plus out equals out. Charlie Brown. I don't love Charlie Brown, but look, we are. It is as classic as it comes. It gives the anti-commercialized Christmas. I don't love it, but we need something.
I have multiple others. I have a list.
Just okay. I will say in or out. You just rapid fire.
I'm gonna fire. Violent Night with David Harbour, John Wick.
In. I love that so much.
Okay. And then this is one I don't love, but it is one of the most classic ones, The Santa Claus. Out. Okay.
Have you seen Klaus?
I have not.
Klaus is really good.
Is that the animated one on Netflix?
Yeah, it's really good. It's real solid.
What about Jingle All the Way? It's not a great movie, but it's a lot of fun. The Schwarzenegger, not DeVito, Sinbad. Schwarzenegger Sinbad. That's right. Sinbad's the angry postman where he tries to get the Turbo Man doll. And Okay. What about, have you seen 8-Bit Christmas?
Nope.
It's like a little bit more modern, A Christmas Story, basically. And it was an HBO Max original a few years ago. Actually pretty fun. Check it out. I don't think it deserves to be on the list necessarily, but it's a lot of fun. Recommend that. A Christmas Story is one I feel like, I know it's a classic. I don't love it. I feel like it's overrated. I don't
get it out movie. Of there. Nope.
Okay,
sucks.
Perfect. Okay, that's what I have. What do you have any others to fire off?
First of all, some people would say Love Actually. That movie sucks so hard.
Yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
Nope. Definitely not. Klaus, you haven't seen.
Mm-mm.
I haven't seen The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've seen it.
I know that there is a
Halloween
kind
or
of debate
Christmas
between it's a Halloween
argument.
or Christmas, right? I don't think Christmas with the Cranks belongs on there.
Nope.
I just like. I don't know, man.
Technically, there's Home Alone 2.
I think Home Alone 2 is better than a lot of the ones we have on this list.
A group.
So we might put that on there for now. I think the Star Wars Christmas special is such a catastrophe.
The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special wasn't bad. I don't know if you saw that, where they go to kidnap Kevin Bacon for Peter Quill.
Yeah, but I don't think that belongs on the list. So I think that here's what we do.
Dude,
this is pathetic.
This is rough.
You got to figure out if you want to post this. This is bad. So I think we put Home Alone 2 on there. I like it a lot.
For 3? If we're doing a 3 movies?
Here's what we do. We do 5, and we call it the worst...
the worst best Christmas list ever?
Yeah. Yes. I think that's what we do. So I think just based on just our responses, number 1 and number 2 has to be Home Alone, then Violent Night.
See, I think I would maybe switch it. Violent Night and Home Alone.
Nope, Matt, we can't. We can't. We can't do this. Violent Night can't be number 1 because it is a parody of Christmas movies as a genre, and it is so dependent upon Home Alone for a lot of it.
Fine. Okay, we can
Home
do
Alone
Home
and
Alone.
then Violent Night. 1, 2.
Okay.
So, and then I say we axe anything that both people haven't seen. So, buy Spirited, buy Muppets.
That means buy The Holiday.
Buy The Holiday, and that's sad to me, but I think we have to.
Okay.
No, bring it back. Pretend. No.
edit this out. Be like, it's been a long time, but I really love the holiday.
I can't. I have integrity. I can't.
No,
I
you
can't do
don't.
it.
No, you don't. You're wearing a Barstool hat. You have none. Edit it out.
No, there's no Barstool logo on it. It's Sad Boy season.
Isn't Sad Boy season a Barstool thing?
It's technically a KFC radio thing.
Who is owned by?
Well, they are under the Barstool publishing thing. I still have integrity. We're not made generalizations.
Fuck you, dude. So I will give you Elf if you give me Rudolph.
So, Home Alone, Violent Night, Rudolph, Elf.
Yeah.
Is that what? Okay. Yeah. And for the fifth one,
I think we're choosing between Bad Santa, Four Christmases, and Home Alone 2. I think there's a clear best movie of those three.
I just hate the Pigeon Lady so much.
Sure. But you knew exactly what I was saying was the best option, which means that it truly is.
But I enjoy Four Christmases more. Like, I've rewatched Four Christmases. Like, I go to that more often than I'll go to Home Alone 2 if I have to watch a Christmas movie.
But even it's not better.
Okay, but we're not going... But it's more fun.
No, it's not.
Because Home Alone 2 is an inferior movie to Home Alone 1.
Yeah, that's why Home Alone 2 is number 5 and Home Alone 1 is number 1.
Bookend the ratings with Home Alones.
Yes.
Macaulay Culkin.
This is the worst best Christmas movie list.
I think I have something I want to present. What the fuck word am I trying to think to? I have a proposal.
Yep.
I think I want to put Four Christmases in instead of Elf.
I will allow that.
Because I think, going back to my argument about Home Alone 2, I've chosen to watch Four Christmases in the past few years. I have not rewatched Elf in many years.
But that's because you love rom-coms. So here's what I would say. I think Home Alone 2 slides into 4. Four Christmases goes 5.
We bump Elf?
We bump Elf.
Or we bump in Rudolph because it's not a full-length movie
Elf.
And we're staying with the integrity of the original thing?
Nope. You can't gaslight me with integrity again.
So what were we doing? We're doing Home Alone, Violent Night, Rudolph, Four Christmases, and Home Alone 2?
No. Home Alone 2 and then Four Christmases.
Home Alone 2 and Four Christmases? This is such a bad fucking list. So bad.
This is the worst best Christmas movie list of all time.
Oh my god!
Look, no Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown sucks.
It's not my favorite.
There's the list of best Christmas movies by people who hate Christmas movies. Which we could make that argument better if Rudolph wasn't on it.
I still think it's good.
Okay. Okay. So,
look, nobody feels good about this. Let us know in the comments how much we fucked this up.
Yeah, but let us know your favorite.
I don't see it getting better.
See,
I don't see it getting better.
If I'm going by my pure enjoyment, like if I was giving just my 5, I think I go Violent Night, Spirited, Jingle All the Way, Four Christmases, Bad Santa.
You're a sociopath.
Like that's my 5 favorite Christmas movies.
I can't believe you haven't killed several people. You are a psycho.
That's a horrible list. This list is better.
People, if you're gonna go sit down
Nobody
and watch,
likes Spirited. What is the Rotten Tomatoes for
never
Spirited?
seen it.
Nobody likes it. That's why I never watched it.
Lots of people like it. I think it won awards.
Rotten Tomatoes says sucks ass.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They say 14% tomato meter, 80% popcorn meter.
Boom. Boom. It's a lot of fun. Go watch Spirited now, and then
people are loving the best Christmas pageant ever. What? 92% fresh.
It's got Judy Greer.
I know.
And Pete Holmes.
The Spring Break. And
what? What was that?
Judy Greer in Arrested Development. Spring Break.
I don't think I ever watched all of it. I've seen some. I think I watched the first 2 seasons.
She is.
There is money
hysterical.
in the banana stand, but
she is George Senior's assistant who's in love with him, and she gets a boob job and then just keeps flashing like George Jr.
George
or Michael or Michael Bluth, sorry.
Okay.
Michael Bluth. And she's always just like, say goodbye to these. Spring Break, woo! It's just a recurring gag, and I think season 2. And now she's the mom in the evangelical director Dallas Jenkins' best Christmas pageant ever.
I didn't know that was an evangelical movie.
Yeah, he's the guy that directed The Chosen.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he cast Judy Greer and Pete Holmes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Pete Holmes was on KFC Radio talking about it.
So,
nice.
Anyway, look, we should not change this list. It's not getting better. Your list is somehow worse than ours.
No, my list is fantastic. If people are they're like, you know what? I hate myself. I want to watch 5 Christmas movies back to back. If they watch them
side by side,
my list, they would have more fun with my list. What?
Okay. First of all, put them side by side. Put it as a poll. Which is the best, worst, best Christmas movie list? Okay.
No, I said which one will you have more fun with? My list.
No,
they would have more fun with my list.
Bullshit. Whatever.
Not bullshit.
Here is my question. Do you remember the probably racist Christmas song that we grew up with? This is how I think we should end it. And then you can play
Shadrach the Black Reindeer?
Shadrach the Black Reindeer. Holy shit.
Yeah,
the song,
I do
listeners,
agree.
And Matt's gonna play us out with this song.
I can't get a copyright strike.
Oh, really? How many strikes do you get?
Probably. I don't know.
But it's worth it. Okay.
No, I'll lose all our ad revenue.
Worth it. This song is about a black reindeer who can run fast and jump high.
Fastest thing on fate.
And Santa needs him to put some hustle in this sleigh since Rudolph's old. And
everyone makes fun of him.
I think it's a song about integration. I think it's kind of racist, but trying to be on the civil rights side of things.
Yeah, it's a
Shadrach, the Black Reindeer. Y'all look it up. It is about as bad as our list. Matt, I would love to say this has been a pleasure, but it hasn't.
I've had fun. You just need to be able to find pleasure in things more.
No, I'm dead inside.
Word.
Which is why we don't love Christmas.
That's right.
Full circle.
Right. I recognize that it's a me problem.
Yeah.
I know.
My friends were just giving me a hard time about not enjoying Charlie Brown. And I said, look, I understand that it's beloved by all. I just don't get the appeal of Peanuts.
Of what?
Peanuts. Don't do that.
You put
Shut up.
captions. You put captions over
No.
it.
Oh, I don't get the
And it'll be
feel.
that subliminal thing, because when the word's on the screen, that's what people are going to hear.
Yeah. Well, Matt, this
Clip
has
it.
been
Opening.
I don't get the appeal.
I just don't love.
Oh.
All right, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you, Brad, for joining. Thank you all for listening. Hopefully you've had a Merry Christmas. We will see you back here in 2025 for more Down Once More, and we will see what 2025 has in store. Maybe it will be the implosion of the podcast. Who knows? But if you don't want that to happen, let us know in the comments. Let us know your favorite Christmas movie. Let us know what you think would be the more fun list and why you think it would be my list to watch. And so thank you all. Brad,
So much for integrity.
thank you for joining. Enjoyed
Pandering
it.
piece of crap.
Good time. Have a fantastic rest of your holiday season, people. Take time off.
Feliz
Don't let
Navidad,
seasonal
Mele
holiday
Kalikimaka.
depression get to you.
It will.
It will.
Especially
It
if you're going to
happens.
see family. All right.
Word. All right. Well, thank y'all. Follow, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun shit. Have a great rest of your 2024. See you in the new year. And don't forget to go down once more. Later.
The hair. How does the hat? Can you read the hat?
Yeah, it says naughty. So naughty.
Naughty.
Winston from
Naughty.
New Girl. So naughty. So naughty. New Girl? One of my favorite.
I missed Winston.
New Girl's one of my favorite. I've been watching Shrinking.
They replaced Winston with Coach, right?
Well, no, Winston replaced
Winston was
Coach. Coach was in the original first few episodes, and then he left. Like, he was in the pilot.
Are you
and
sure?
Then maybe one other episode, and then he left, and then Winston came in. And then later seasons, Coach came back. But Coach, Winston was not in the pilot, the original, the first episode, the first few.
I remembered that one of them was. I thought it was the other way around, but I knew that they had had their token black guy, then they removed the token black guy and replaced it with another token black guy.
And then Coach is in.
And I remember
Shrinking.
they didn't even really they didn't even fucking address it though. They were like
well, they were
nobody,
both on there
anything.
for a while, and there was a thing when Coach came back that he is like a little bit like
But the pilot, because I watched the pilot and then I watched the next, or
it
maybe
was
like one or two episodes with him.
They
and
do
then it was
address
suddenly
it.
another
Coach
black
went
guy.
to go play basketball in Latvia or something, or Winston had played basketball. I don't remember. It was a. New Girl is one of my favorite shows. I have to rewatch New Girl.
That show was great.
I love New Girl.
I love Zooey Deschanel, even though a lot of people give her shit for being the way she is. I love her, and I love what's his name.
I
the dude
enjoy her.
Nick,
however, I do feel like out of the main characters of that show, she is the worst. Schmidt,
she's the most
Nick,
annoying for sure.
Winston, and even Coach
Schmitty.
are like,
even the other girl, what's her name? She's great too.
Fuck, her
Gia?
friend. No. It's
Zoe?
No, it's for that's the actress's
that's
name.
Zooey Deschanel. That's her name. What is her name?
It's
Cece. No,
Cece. Schmidt and Cece.
Cece. That's
Cece.
it.
Yeah,
I kind of love her too. So, but no,
I love
Schmidt.
New Girl.
Schmidt and Nick are the they run that show for me.
Yep, it's so good. Okay,
Schmidt, that used to be the fat guy.
Yeah.
Well, you used to be fat, right?
Yeah. I love New Girl.
His facial expressions are the best. All right.
Okay.